everything changes.
This girl that I met the other day on my colleague's girlfriend's birthday celebration asked me how I managed to do so much in my weekly routine. I didn't want to discuss my work on such a celebration, so I just said I keep myself very busy, and I laughed. But I want to share the real answer here to the people watching this video for the sole purpose of improving their productivity in the future. The truth is, I continuously discipline myself to raise my production level standard. I want to be able to output my absolute maximum each day of my life. And I still am working on my production level standard, and I probably will be for the rest of my professional life. It's never perfect and it never will be, but I will always strive to kick it up a notch and start outputting more and doing more and amounting to more each week. I do this because I have such an incredibly clear purpose. I know when I get a choice whether or not it aligns with my purpose or if it doesn't. And increasing my production level is a fundamental building block to constructing the future life that I want. That's why I do it. And many other mega entrepreneurs have admitted to also try to increase their production level on a daily basis, or some have even come to the insane high production level that they don't need to work on it anymore. I'm thinking about Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs. They've improved their production level to almost a inhumane standard. I mean, they amount to so much in just a week. The reason I bring up Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs is that I've been reading about this phenomenon called choice fatigue. And I'm so sure that Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg knew or know about this phenomenon. In case you don't know what choice fatigue is, let me try to explain it briefly. Every day we're faced with a bunch of choices, loads of them, and we get the option to do the good choice or the bad choice. And sometimes it's not really clear which one is which. And that's when things get really gnarly. But let's say you know most of the choices you make, you know whether it's a good choice or a bad choice. For example, something called procrastination hinders you from making the good choice. It's pushing it forward, telling yourself that I'll do the good choice later. I'll do the bad choice now. So you have these bunch of choices, right? And depending on what kind of person you are and your discipline level, you have a set amount of good choices that you can make in a day. That's what this theory or this phenomenon is. You have a set amount of good choices that you can make spontaneously. Every good choice you make breeds more resistance to make another good choice. So if you, for example, make a lot of good choices in the beginning of a day, you'll become more and more fatigued and will amount to less good choices at the end of that day, because it will become a lot harder to make those good choices. There will be a lot more resistance. So everyone has a set amount of choices they make each day, and each good choice they make breeds more resistance to make another good choice. So it becomes harder and harder. So how do you counter this? How do you counter this and become more efficient and do more good choices? Well, Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs used a technique called streamlining. Now what streamlining is basically removing redundant choices that you have on a daily basis or predetermining predictable choices that you make on a daily basis. Now let me give you an example. Mark and Steve had a lot of things in common. They made or make big decisions every day regarding their billion-dollar company that they have or had. Now what they also had in common is that they wore the same clothes to work every day. Always the same clothes. They had probably a couple of sets of the same clothes. They probably didn't, go around not washing their clothes and stuff. They probably had like 5, 6, 7, or 8 sets of the same outfit. But they felt like clothes were not an important choice to them. They felt like their clothes on a workday did not affect whether or not they made good decisions or whether or not it was going well for them. They didn't really care about their outfit that they had in the office. So Mark and Steve felt that their outfit was a redundant choice in their life. It was a choice that you could just remove. It wasn't important at all. So they, used a technique called streamlining and removed that choice out of their daily routine by just having the same outfit. I'm not saying that you should wear the same outfit every day. I'm saying that if you want to become more efficient and want to try this streamlining technique out, you should try to identify the choices in your daily routine that are redundant, that you just don't matter, that you can remove, or the choices that are very predictable and that you can predetermine the day before. Because the thing about predetermining choices is that it doesn't take away from your spontaneous good choice energy. If you plan to do something, it doesn't take as much energy as spontaneously being given the choice of doing option A or option B and choosing the good option, being in this case, for example, option A. But if you, the day before, say, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna take option A because I know I'm gonna be faced with the choice of either taking option A or option B. So for me, this could be, for example, choosing the outfit the day before. I know that I'm gonna go to school or I'm gonna go to work or whatever, and I just pick out an outfit and I say, this is what I'm gonna wear tomorrow. Then when I wake up, I know exactly where it is. I can just put it on and get on with my life. I can go to breakfast, eat something, and just everything becomes more smooth, and there's a lot less resistance going on in your daily routine. It just makes everything flow so much better, and that's why it's called streamlining. I know, every choice you make in a daily routine is not about your outfit. That's the only example I've given now, so let me give you a couple of more examples. I know myself. I know that I want to hit the gym a lot. So every day I stand in front of the choice whether or not to hit the gym or go home. So when I'm going home from school or work or whatever, and I get given this choice, I want to have predetermined it. So let's say the day before, I tell myself, I'm gonna hit the gym tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna hit the gym. Then I stand before another choice. What are you gonna train at the gym? Okay, tomorrow I'll do legs. Fine, great. Now you know that. And there's more choices that you can predetermine. I mean, you can also, for example, predetermine, am I gonna study math tomorrow or am I gonna code on that time? Which deadline is more imminent? Which deadline is coming closer or is more important right now? For example, right now I have a math exam coming up next week, so, naturally, I tell myself, tomorrow I'm gonna do some math. Great. When are you gonna do math? Oh, between these and these hours. Okay, great. Now that choice is predetermined. So try to predetermine as many choices as you can in your daily routine the day before, and you'll start streamlining your life to give yourself that flow, that momentum to stay efficient. Now, streamlining isn't the only way to stay productive, but it sure is a great tool. And if Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs used or use it, well, it's probably pretty good. Hope you found the phenomenon of choice fatigue and the concept of streamlining as interesting and powerful as I did. If you did, drop a like below. This has been the second video of Mindset Mania. If you like this series, make sure to let me know, drop a comment below, and you can send me a message on Instagram and Twitter giving me your opinion about it, how I can improve it, what you like about it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later this week. Until then, stay driven.